It's the NFL playoffs on EA Sports. No bigger stage than this one. Sold out MetLife Stadium, located just outside of New York City. Straight ahead, it's Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a great one in store between the Las Vegas Raiders and the New York Jets. The battle for the Lamar Hunt Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC wildcard game. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Quick throw, knocked away, and incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
Second and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, it's going to be this cold. I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
But when you're going up against a talented receiver like that, you just know that they're going to bring more people to him, right? They're going to double cover him every chance they get.
And I think that is what we're going to see all game long. An early taste of that double, maybe even sometimes triple coverage we might see.
Yeah, I think what they're counting on, his talent to sometimes beat that double.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. And certainly, look, you're on the road in the playoffs. That is a suboptimal start, opening drive INT.
And, partner, sometimes I wonder, do these teams talk about it to such an extent that maybe you almost talk yourself into the turnover when you're trying to avoid it?
Yeah, maybe they get a little too worried about keeping the football, and then you give it to the other team right off the bat. And, look, we said it, on the road, this is just a terrible, terrible start for them.
It is, and now they've got to rely on their defense.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third down.
This is where good coaching and execution come into play, because down this close, you absolutely don't want to turn it over. Good job keeping that in mind as he escaped, bought time, and decided throwing it away was his best option.
They'll look to throw on third and goal. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. So they opted to pass for it on third and goal. Let's see what they do on fourth and goal.
Well, I think they threw it with the idea that if they didn't get it, they would go for it on fourth and goal. So they've got another play in their pocket. They're going to have to call it right now. No field goal here.
And he'll try and throw here on the fake. The fake field goal catches everyone by surprise. And the Jets will strike first here in this wild card matchup. Things could just not have started any better for them. They get the turnover, the football right away, able to capitalize on offense for 6.
And we're talking about setting a tone in any game, right? The first points of the ball game, how about during the playoffs? Vitally important, and they've done that in this one.
The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back.
That's caught at the 25. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. But sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2. Looking at it 2nd and 11 now after the loss. He'll look to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Rashawn Gary buries him for a loss of 11 from his outside linebacker spot.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Ashton Davis.
Well, they're certainly not giving much help to their defense, are they? Because for the 2nd time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And he'll find Hall. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. That one good for 26 and a 1st down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. This one into the hands of Burton. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a 1st down, too.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a 1st down. This offense is moving the ball well.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Josh Allen from that outside linebacker spot gets in there. It's a loss of 9.
Well, remember, they had the nice gain on the previous play, but they just gave a lot of it back right there on that sack.
Yeah, they get the sack, get back some real estate. Felt like the type of play that can spark a defense and swing some momentum. Almost felt like a take that type of a play, didn't it, partner?
They'll send the tight end in motion left. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted.
Picked off by Nate Hobbs. And the Raiders are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching the bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game? I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd
back to throw. And here's another interception, the third of this first quarter.
Picked up by Channing Tindall. And the Jets are going to take possession of the football.
He's continuing to be a big presence defensively. Remember last week, AFC Defensive Player of the Week, and a big pick right there.
And when you pile up big numbers, it gets everyone's attention. But sometimes the number just needs to be, how many game-changing plays did you make? Did you take the ball away from the other team? He just did that, trying to win the award again this week.
That's brought in downfield by London. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Now whistles and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall.
And he's in. Touchdown, Jets.
Breece Hall
taking it in from 14 yards out.
And the Jets are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
2nd down, Jacobs once more.
They had 3 yards on 1st down, just 1 yard there. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Well, they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Here's A.J. Cole now to punt this one away. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air.
So a solid punt, but also a nice return there of 14 yards.
And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already.
Straight ahead is Hall.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll drop to throw. He finds his man complete. It's Hall. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 37. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead.
But whenever you call and run the hitch route, a lot of times that ball's got to be in the air before the receiver even turns around. That's the result of throwing it so many times in practice. Is really a timing route. Make sure that ball's out of your hands, and oftentimes the receiver turns around, and there's the ball. Nice completion there.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And that's going to be caught downfield by Slayton. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. That goes for a gain of 31.
Big plays always wind up being a big theme as we get rolling in these playoffs, and the defenses that can avoid giving them up, but they're the teams that tend to go far. You may not eliminate those big...
And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Breece Hall with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Jets continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Play after, right down the middle. And it's now 21-0. The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away. And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it. And they'll take it out to the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
No, but hold on, let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Here's a ball thrown right side and complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too. They're going to look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know, there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss. This offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. And here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Jets are going to take possession of the football. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
They go play action here on first down. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And the Raiders will take over here at their own 14-yard line. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered. They'd had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them, because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Ashton Davis. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. Defensively, Harrison Phillips there to stop him.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
2nd and 9 now. And it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Jets are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Extra point splits the uprights. And a rout is on here in this first half. The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away. Some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Channing Tindall. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Jet touchdown. Well, CD, we have seen it many times throughout the course of the season. This defense coming up large and snagging a big takeaway. But here they get not just the takeaway, 6 points as well.
And you just knew that for this team to advance, they had to get a big performance from this unit. And to this point, they've delivered.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes the return. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where
he's got a man complete. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. He'll look to throw. And my goodness, another interception. And the Jets are going to take possession of the football. The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about 1 game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001, to throw 7 picks. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Hall again. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense the next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there forcing a loss on that play.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, they got the turnover in great field position, but unable to do anything with it. And they're left taking the easy 3 on the field goal.
Yeah, you're right about that. A great chance at a short field touchdown. On a sudden change, you take the ball away. You expect your offense to put into the end zone, but they'll take the 3 for now, even if they feel just a little bit let down.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. And now here's another interception. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead. Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends. Hall on a give up the middle. Now this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Good running right there. And this is a man who was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances. And he picks up nice yardage on that one.
So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work to run it a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But if they run it more effectively, they may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
Ball again on second down. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on third down.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature in the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. And he's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
They'll run with Hall. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. 56 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. They'll go again with Hall. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run. But for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave them with a third and about 4 more for a first.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
On third down, here's Hall. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Throw out right, hauled in by Arcega-Whiteside. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
On second down, a run with Hall. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 18. Instead of a 3rd and 1 run, they go pass and they get 12 yards out of it.
And that's a gutsy call there on 3rd and short because that's a play that's got a good chance of being blown up in the backfield for a big loss of yardage. But nice job out wide to gather in that screen pass, use his blockers well, and pick up the first down.
And they'll get him down right around the 16. Divine Diablo there to make the stop.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. When we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
Out of the gun, they run it with Hall. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. They're going option play on 3rd down. And he is going to lose yardage here. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Now the Jets will call on the field goal unit here. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. And this one is right through. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. 1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Okay,
from the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And they'll send the slot in motion left. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. 2nd and 11. And that is caught. It's Davis. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 41-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
But Charles, what a rookie season he had, catching the football over 1,000 yards on the year, and he comes through there with a nice grab.
And we've seen wide receivers in recent years come in and have big years right away. And you think about Justin Jefferson in 2020, 1,400 yards and huge impact on his team and on the league. This guy, he's following his footsteps as an impact guy here in year one.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Hold the ball.
The 20. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down.
Now that run, that's exactly why you stay with the running game. You don't abandon it totally. You stick with it, keep telling your guys to stay motivated, and they found a crease on that play.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
They'll run right here with Jacobs. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense is pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame whooping has turned into results.
And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown from 19 yards away.
And the Raiders are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter.
Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
From the 6.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
And you'd have to say they have done what they set out to do in this wild card round. It won't get easier from here, of course, but they'll certainly have some momentum built up for when they hit the road in the divisional round next weekend. 94 yards rushing for him now, as he has been a central figure in trying to get his guys to the 2nd round.
Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And then when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
4 yards on the pickup there, as it'll leave them with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Here's Hall again.
And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
And this one is right down Broadway.
I don't know if you ever go into a game expecting to attempt a kick of 62 yards. Charles, not only attempt it, but make it one of the longest kicks that we've ever seen.
Yeah, I'm not sure you ever go into a game expecting to kick one at this distance, but all the better kickers, they do dream of it, and they show what they can do in practice and convince their coaches to give them a chance. That one surely paid off.
Here we go, set.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
They are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Striker, 3-3.
Here's Jacobs from the gun. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down. They held him in check in the first half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the first half? Now he has a great opportunity. He's taking full advantage of it.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Counter play with Jacobs. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost.
He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. And a wild card win moves them on to the divisional round.
Everyone plays all year long for the right to get into the tournament, as they like to call it. Wild card, divisional, doesn't matter to them. One moves on, one goes home.